How's it going, everyone? Welcome to Off the Top with Eric Paris and Red. I am one of your hosts, Eric, and joining me tonight are...
Your boy P.
Your boy Red.
What's up, fellas? How's it going?
What's the motherfucking deal? I'm straight.
Same old, same old.
Yep. Big week. The start of March Madness. Everyone's going crazy for the men and the women. Going nuts out here.
Wait, March Madness really started in March?
Yeah. Starts.
I'll fuck with you.
Okay. All right. Well, I mean, that's the thing. Like, you are so like out of the world of sports, and I'm like, maybe he doesn't know that.
Okay.
But yeah, so we got some news going on. Like we mentioned a little bit with March Madness. News from Nickelodeon. News from Kendrick Lamar. And then we got a couple announcements with some streams that we got going on from the fellas, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the first one we're going to start with is actually March Madness. Everyone's got a bracket. Everyone's been talking about it, with the exception of Red over here. But yeah, like this year, honestly, I can say I didn't have a bracket. Like I usually, like, middle school to high school to even when I was in college, like that was my shit. Like I loved. To me, like, March Madness is probably the best slate of playoff sports. Like, even beating some professional sports with their playoffs. Okay. You know, it's kids literally putting it on the line, knowing that, you know, if they're not going to make it to the league, well, this is going to be our last time to play at a high level, and putting it all on the floor. I love seeing that shit. What are some of the big stories that you've been watching from March Madness?
Well, I just wanted to give a shout out to the women's sports as far as the college basketball, because as far as viewership and impact, the women is actually outplaying the men right now. As far as like impact and views and the storyline, the women is really taking over, which is a good thing, because as far as I can remember growing up, women's sports has always been
they took the back
not
seat.
To be rude, but the laughing stock of sports, because it's like, oh well, you have they should be in the kitchen bullshit, but at this point, the women is actually showing out. But
they can cook.
But
I mean, hold on. I meant that in like the Chef Curry cooking, you know. Like, hold on.
You threw him back in the kitchen.
You go put a disclaimer. The peas are his alone.
Well, no, I'm thinking about it. I was like, wait, how come they don't just run with that? Like, just take that. Oh, go back to the kitchen. It's like, no, I'm cooking out here. Like, that would be a dope ass ad. Like,
for sure.
Yeah, I feel like, all right, so this could be a little controversial. So a few months ago, they were saying that women's sports would be have a lot more viewership if they lowered the rim, because women aren't as athletic. Some are, but it's due to their height. But it's not as exciting because there's no dunks. Even though this is a 3-point league now, people still enjoy fast break dunks or alley-oops and stuff like that. So if they were to, it's kind of a double-edged sword, because women train to shoot on 10-foot rims their whole career. And then you talk about lowering it a foot and a half, and then that's going to change their, you know, trajectory of the ball. Yeah. So that's going to hurt them in the long run. But if you want butts and seats, you got to appease the masses. It's kind of sad that it is a sexist type of thing when it comes to sports. But if you want your money to increase, you need to bring the fan base. So what's more exciting than dunks? Yeah, everybody want to shoot the three because it's pretty, but dunks and alley-oops is going to make, that shit stand out. Yeah. So that aside, the women are really fucking showing out. Caitlin Clark, the girl from Angel Reese, the girl from South Carolina, I can't think of her name. But anyway, overall, these women are really showing out. But when they get done with this career or college career, they don't really have much of a motivation to go to the WNBA, because WNBA is actually paying them less than what the college NIL is.
Angel Reese is making a ton to stay at LSU.
Yeah, they're making millions.
And she's pretty much she's pretty much said that. She's like, I have no motivation to be a one and done here, like, because I make more money here than I would if I was leagued up. which is nuts.
Damn.
But I mean, it's good because I always feel like bring it back to the men's side. I would always advocate for stay in school. Like I'm tired of these
True.
one and done players coming out and have uh, not enough IQ. You know, like they make simple mistakes still, but because they have this talent and the physical, attributes, it's like no. Like I want you guys to stay in there because when you come out after 4 years with a good coach, you're going to be a beast. You're going to be a problem for a long time. But yeah,
Well,
like go ahead.
I was going to say the one thing with women, as far if I got my information correct, I believe women can't do one and done. I think they have to stay 4 years.
Is that really if? Ooh.
Guys can do one and
I had
done.
no
Women
idea.
have to stay 4 years.
So when
they
deep.
Yeah, I had no idea.
Yeah, because I watched Gil Arenas podcast, and Cheryl Swoop, she was saying that women can't even get out of college before 4 years, so they have to stay the whole thing. But like I was saying with the NIL, even when they make it to their senior year, they might try to finesse the system so where they can stay again. Because like I said, I think the highest paid female WNBA is making at most 300,000.
I was about to say that. I was about to bring that up. I
For
heard
a
the
season,
average
yeah.
was like 200K or something like that. The average, right?
Yeah. On average,
Yeah.
like 150K.
Yeah, I read, bro. They said women's basketball is equivalent to like a really decent job out here. You know what I'm saying? And then they said if you know how some girl had the argument, but they said we want to get paid in unison of the league or something like that, and it actually made them get paid less if you did the math.
Right.
Yeah, and that's mainly because it's not viewers. So it was a quote from Shannon Sharp saying the difference between a doctor and an NBA or a professional athlete. The reason why doctors don't get paid as much is because of the eyes. He said the more people you serve, the more money you make. So that's why when you have an entrepreneur, the more people that their product reach out, the more money they make versus a 9 to 5 where it's literally capped.
Right.
So in the put in perspective for the females, if only throughout the year 1 million people watch their stuff throughout the year, that's only limited TV views, promotion. Because sometimes you don't even be realizing that it's the damn near the WNBA finals until they say it on the NBA thing at the bottom, saying, "Oh yeah, so and so is in the finals. This game 5," and you're like, "Damn, when the hell did the playoffs start?"
Yeah.
Like even if you're a basketball fan and you want to know when this shit is coming out, you can't even. It's not publicized.
It's not
so
marketed
it's hard.
as much. Yeah.
So basically, with this college stuff going on, you're gonna have these stars going to the WNBA and get watered down. Hopefully, by them leaving and going into the NBA, it will bring more market value to these teams.
Oh, yeah.
But as far as right now, college is winning.
Yeah. Well, no, I agree. Like just with those two names that we mentioned, with Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark, like there's definitely like the next generation of WNBA players that are getting inspired watching those two. Like, cause they are phenomenal. Like honestly, like they're as entertaining to watch as the men are, and that's one of the things that you came in, to this March Madness hearing a lot of from actual, I think it was like ESPN even did an article about it saying that there are more big names on the women's side of March Madness this year than there are on the men's side. And that's huge because for a lot of teams in the NBA, they're looking at March Madness to say, all right, let's solidify our draft board, so we know who to go after. And it's like, you can't just go off the names this time because there's not that many big ones out there. But yeah, I mean, like the women's, they're killing it. Like South Carolina, like they're a force. They've beaten damn near every team in March Madness so far by like 40. Like it's a dominating, couple teams and couple females out there that are kicking ass. So you love to see it.
Yeah, and the misconception I hate to see is that they feel that women can't outplay males. I feel it's some female teams that can beat some of these male teams. Now, truth be told, obviously you can't train or beat a 7'5" person as a male. But as far as skill, 1-on-1, some of these females can take some of these dudes for real.
Oh yeah. Yeah, actually, let's bring it to the men's side a bit because there's a couple of really good stories that have sadly come and gone. But honestly, the biggest upset that I can remember watching March Madness happen when was it 14th ranked Oakland beat third ranked Kentucky, which is unheard
Oh
of.
my god,
Unheard of. First
broke
of all,
everybody bracket, boy.
was it Oakland's first or second time making? I can't remember. It was.
I never seen him in there, so it probably wasn't in my lifetime. Shit.
Yeah, but I can't remember. It was either the first or the second time that they even made it to the tourney, and they beat one of a blue blood school, a school that is known for getting to Final Fours. And it's nuts. Like their coach, I forget his name. He'd been with Oakland. No, for Oakland. He had been there for 40 seasons. Like that's how long he stuck with that team, and then he is finally able to get them to the dance, and then they knock off a blue blood like Kentucky, and the big star that kind of came out of that was Jack Golke. The dude had 10 threes, only shot 8 2-point field goals the entire season, and then he puts up 32 points against like one of the best schools in the country.
99% shot rate from the three.
like the dude is nuts, but yeah, like that's the story that you like to see when you watch NCAA is like, because there was a ton of tweets about it. It's like we're literally watching NBA draft picks getting cooked by a guy that's going to be the manager of an enterprise rent-a-car in 5 months.
But he even said it in this interview. He said he don't even think he's gonna make it to the NBA, but the way he played, he gonna probably be a second rounder.
He's like,
I guarantee you, he's going to Miami.
He's like, I'm gonna be a problem,
bro. Because he's 24, so he's not like if he's basically at 24, you basically play 4 or 5 years. Yeah. So you are ready made to be a bench player unless you are a star. But him just being a straight up shooter, he gonna take somebody's spot in Miami. Yeah. Hell, he could take somebody's spot in any NBA team.
You're looking at Duncan Robinson 2.0 with this guy,
bro. That's I could not think of his name, but that's what I was thinking of. Yep.
But yeah, it's cool to see stories like this. I don't have a favorite going into it right now. Probably James Madison University, really small school. They're still in it. But yeah, like it's always a fun time to see, these little schools compete with the big dogs that get the millions and millions of dollars. And it's not about the money at the end of the day. It's not about that, Yeah. But yeah. James? No, I'm kidding.
Yeah. Kentucky is dope, right?
Shout out to Michigan State. Even though I'm not a State fan, they did make it to the dance. So I give them that. They won their first game or one game.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah, it sucks. Oakland, like I said, it's sad ending for them.
It sucks for us?
No. It sucks that they lost,
I forgot you a State fan too.
Yeah.
I take my congratulations back.
Fuck that. It's here now.
No, it's really cool that Michigan State and Oakland made it, but sadly they got bounced. But yeah, there's always next year.
Put my starter jacket on.
Right. But for the State fans out there, Big Ten women's gymnastics and Big Ten men's ice hockey, Big Ten champs. So I'll take it. It's not the gift I wanted, but it kind of goes with it.
You feel me? It did a good justice.
I mean, for a year for Michigan sports, I mean, we did our thing this year.
Yeah.
Wolverines got
honestly, like
the natty.
Yeah, I've always thought that, like, even like I always felt that our professional kind of lacked. It's turning around though, but our college sports, like, you can't deny, like Michigan
For sure.
State, even the smaller schools like SVU's put up shit, like, or SVSU's put up stuff. But yeah, like Michigan definitely shows up when it comes to college athletics, more than other states
because they're trying to make it. That's the thing.
Yeah,
you can never deny a college kid's heart, especially if they came from nothing.
Yeah, for sure.
Them boys trying to make it. They hungry. They trying to make it to the league.
Oh yeah.
So that's why I could, like, when you were talking about the one and dones where you feel like college kids should stay. I feel those are for people that know they're getting drafted.
Oh yeah. That is honestly reserved for the people that are freaks of nature. Like, they're either their body is created by basketball gods or like NFL gods, like they are meant for that. If you are someone that is, let's say like a B class player, do not do a one and done. Like, do not do that. Like, continue to develop.
You'll be overseas with the quickness, boy.
Yeah, you'll be
overseas.
You'll be starting with the Beijing Sharks.
Since you did football, what would you classify yourself as?
I mean, I played Division II, but I feel like I could have made it to the league for sure.
Okay. You for sure got the body mass for that shit.
I wanted to go to Michigan, but they cost too much. They cost, especially as a walk-on, you don't get. It's not like you get financial aid for that. Mm-hmm. So if I wouldn't have been a walk-on, I for sure would have been in Michigan. You would have been. Okay. I'd have been, but you know, it wasn't in my cards. But we for sure gonna have PJ.
Yeah, boy.
Say no. I ain't gonna put the pressure on. I ain't gonna live vicariously through him. But let him, dog. If he turned out to be 6'5", 6'6", 280, oh yeah, you going to the league, my boy.
Straight
going
there,
to the league. I would give my left leg to put him in Michigan.
Left leg.
I swear to God.
Hold on. What if he comes home with an acceptance letter from Michigan State?
Hey, shit. Well, it don't matter. He can go anywhere in the United States, as long as there's a good opportunity where he can. For one, because in football you got to do 3 years. Mm-hmm. So I want him to have his education. So I want a good school. I don't want him just BSing around. For one, he ain't gonna be a dumbass. He ain't gonna be one of them prototypical dumbass jocks. He gonna be A, B student for sure. Yeah. But if he got the size, oh yeah, I don't give a fuck. You go wherever you want to go.
Yeah,
I make sure my credit score.
I ain't gonna lie. If we, I'm gonna keep it a buck with you, bro. If we had another family member like that, I would have supported them 100% too. So if PJ like that, I ain't gonna lie. You know what I'm saying? Oh, look, I don't care, bro. I got you on something. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? I could probably pay for yada, 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 or you got all your clothes or maybe a car out of me or some type shit to take a lot of stress off of them so you won't have to do that. Because I feel like a lot of people, you know how they say it takes a village to raise a child? Yeah. I believe that shit. And especially if he really putting his, his shit really on that path, I'll most definitely step in and help a little bit.
Shit, the only reason why I ain't stay with the team is because I had to get a job. That's literally the only reason why I quit. I didn't have the financial backing to stay, especially as a walk-on.
Right. Mm-hmm. So yeah, shit sucks.
Eric, why you ain't help him?
I didn't even fucking know him. Fucking big ass P coming at me like, who the fuck is this guy? Asking me for rent money. Shit.
But yeah, I feel because with SVSU, I mean, it's a little side tangent, but with SVSU, it is some NFL players that came from my school. So Jonathan Jennings, well, in my year when I was a freshman, Jonathan Jennings was our senior. So he went to the CFL. Then Jeff Heath, he was a corner or safety for the Cowboys for a long time. Sure. And Jeff Janis was a receiver for Green Bay. And then I think he went to the Bears.
Okay.
So that was within my class. They was like 2 years ahead of me.
Oh, shit. I'm not going to lie. I thought the first dude was in the class and everybody else was just like history shit.
No. When I was a freshman, they were juniors and seniors.
Okay.
So I actually practiced with them.
I think when I was in high school, one of the guys I graduated high school with, he like 2 or 3 years later won a Stanley Cup with the Chicago Blackhawks. It's like, damn, because our high school has the OHL team in our town, the Saginaw Spirit. Yeah. Those kids, if they're coming to play hockey for Saginaw Spirit, they have to be housed with the family and they still have to finish high school. So they will go to our high school too. So you see these giant fucking Canadian jocks that are just monsters of people. Yeah.
And then I don't know if you ever went on the campus, but when you think, all right, you say how you look at my size, you say I'm a big guy.
Yeah.
There's some motherfuckers that are huge.
Yeah.
Like in this Division 2. Now imagine D1 when motherfuckers are 6'8" on average, 340 pounds, and then running like a 4.7.
I'd knock their ass out. Fuck you talking about, boy.
I'm talking about motherfuckers' hands. All right. Them motherfucking pinkies is like this.
Yeah.
Pinkies as big as thumbs.
Fucking
2 thumbs.
Fed.
Not
damn.
2 thumbs,
straight out of Mississippi.
pinkies.
You know, like
I'm talking about
big as fuck.
beast. Dog, that's why it's a difference between regular bodybuilding strong and powerlifting strong and country cock diesel strong.
Yeah.
Like motherfuckers just came out the womb throwing fucking 50 pounds in the fucking air like it's fucking a motherfucking frisbee or some shit. Like these motherfuckers are big.
Whenever you see the, like the telecast of like a college game or even an NFL game, the cameras do not give justice how fucking big those dudes are. Like even the small guys on the field are big, you know, and it's like you'll have your shortest guy be fucking like 6'2", you know, and that's still pretty fucking big.
Right, and I'm 6'2" and a half.
I never knew that.
Like and then that's the fucked up part about the NBA because I would be considered short in the NBA.
Yeah.
Like
you're like Chris the same Paul, height as like Steph
Chris
Curry.
Paul. Yeah. With shoes, I'm 6'3" and a half, but shit, with them boys is you know when a motherfucking point guard look tiny on TV?
And they're
that's me out there.
Small. Like it's nuts. All right. Moving on. We got a little bit of news coming out of Nickelodeon. There was a documentary that came out on Max, I believe, called Quiet on Set, telling the dark side of television, children in television. And the big bombshell came to producer Dan Schneider, who's, when we were growing up, if there was a big hit on Nickelodeon, Dan Schneider was the guy that produced it.
Yeah.
Drake and Josh, The Amanda Show, all that, you know, like he had his hands on a lot of it. So this documentary comes out, a lot of allegations coming out with how Dan Schneider pretty grossly and negligently ran behind the scenes, you know, like having 2 female writers that were underpaid, having them do lewd or sexual things, you know, or just to talk about it. And they were instances of him getting a little too close, too touchy-feely with some of the underage cast members. And the biggest bombshell that came out of this was TV or child actor Drake Bell, who was the star of Drake and Josh, where he basically, for the first time, spoke out that he was sexually abused by Brian Peck, I believe his name was, who was a speech specialist on the show. And, you know, he basically said this kind of happened under Dan Schneider's watch, you know, and it became a big thing, you know. It's kind of weird, like looking back on some of the shows that you watched as a kid with adult eyes, and you're kind of like, "Oh, that was weird." Yeah, that is weird, you know. But yeah, like so yeah, Drake Bell has been, you know, trending. Thankfully, he's been getting a lot of support. There are a lot of young cast members that have come out and said, like, "Hey, like, we didn't know it was happening. It wasn't happening to us, but we believe you," you know, which is what you want to hear. And then Dan Schneider himself kind of gave like a 20-minute interview / apology where he was like, "Oh, I'm sorry if people felt, you know, offended at what I did. Like, looking back, I'm not proud of what happened," but basically doesn't take any ownership of, I was doing fucked up shit, you know. And Nickelodeon hasn't really done much of a response either. But have you guys seen the documentary? Like, do you have any like reactions to it?
I haven't watched.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't see the documentary at all because they said it's on HBO Max, so I can't. You know, I'm not paying for that streaming.
Yeah,
parents plug me. Allegedly, but I just saw another post today where a lady said she was on a Nickelodeon show where they handed her the computer laptop with a couple shows on it so she can know what's about to happen next, and she said there was child porn all over it. Yeah, and when she brought it to somebody, they act like it just never happened. You know what I'm saying? And this isn't my first time hearing Dan Schneider did some shit.
Yeah,
you know, I've been hearing this years ago, so I don't know how it's like, bro. If when shit like this happened to us, you know, in the hood, you know, allegations, somebody would have been locked up a few times or something, bro.
Oh yeah, something would have been done by now.
Yeah. How the fuck is he still just walking around? I guess you got money. I guess I'm gonna just leave it up to that.
Yeah, I was gonna say money talks.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a list of actors that had come out, or they didn't come out and acknowledge that they had done this, but it had been released that Brian Peck, the guy that had sexually abused Drake Bell, that he had gotten letters during his court hearing for it saying basically not saying that he's innocent, but saying that this is not match with his character. You know, they try to get the judge to say like, hey, like if you're going to sentence him, like ease up because I know him to be a nice guy. And you have actors like Alan Thicke, who was an older, he basically played like TV dads back in the '90s. You know, you had besides Alan Thicke, you had like Taron Killam, who was in all that. Uh, oh, thank you. Man, you
Guys, my
hungry?
sister.
Okay.
Oh.
Hi guys.
But yeah, like you had like Taron Killam come out, who was on all that in the Amanda show, I believe, and he basically said that you know, this doesn't line up with what I know of this person. But yeah, so that's one of the things that like Drake Bell noted in the doc was that it was weird going to the court because it was him and his family on one side, and then the entire other side was completely packed with like notable actors backing up this guy that sexually abused him. And he's like, that's fucked. You know, like
You know what this remind me of? Remember that one guy that was a swimmer that raped a girl or something like that? And then they was like, I don't want to stop his career. He had a bright future.
You're talking
That
about
put me in the mind. Yeah.
You're talking about Mr. Brock Turner. His name
Say
is
that shit,
Brock Turner. Yeah, and I'll flash his mugshot on there.
Yeah.
But Brock Turner.
Like, I ain't gonna lie, bro. They look out for their own. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna get too deep into that field, but they look out for their own type shit. And I feel like you said, P, money do play a big part. And if you got 40 fucking A, B list actors all on your side, come on, bro. He about to walk.
Yeah, that's why people don't speak up because they know what's ahead of them. Yeah. And that's why they wait years and years and years down the road where it's not going to benefit them because the damage is already done. But they finally get to make peace with it, or at least try to make peace with it, you know, 20, 30 years down the road.
Because I know, you know, we all got our traumas. And I'll finally start speaking to certain people about the traumas, you know, and let them know, like, bitch, you did this shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And you are lighter. You are lighter. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I can't say that. So I can see why it be eating their ass up and they finally want to get it out. You know what I'm saying? But I'm going to be real with you, bro. I'm going to crash out. If some shit happened to that for my kid, look, I'm gone. Yeah. Sit me down 20 years because I'm crashing out on everybody over there, bro. We not talking. The courts tell me no. Oh, it's immediately. It's happening. Right. I'm prime suspect number one. You ain't touching mine.
What was that one dude? Was he Canadian? I think it was. It was an old trial back in like the 80s where this guy his son was sexually abused by like a neighbor or something like that. Mm-hmm. And basically he was just going to get like light time, like maybe 5-10 years. And you can look this up on YouTube. There is footage of it because cameras are following the guy as he was leaving the courtroom in custody. And the father of the victim is on a payphone. And as he's walking by, he hurries up and he shoots him in the head. You know,
blue as shit.
And they're
live
like,
TV.
They tackle him and they're like, why are you doing this? But the judge, I think, only gave him like a year for it. Like the judge understood, you know, like
he said he was temporary insane.
Yeah.
And it was his judo coach. It was like a karate.
Yeah, it was someone close to the kid,
guy.
You know, like but still fucked up. But yeah, I mean, like, it sucks when it's happening to a child because, like, in the world of like reality TV, you know, like there's a lot of fucking people our age, a little bit younger, a little bit older, that will do crazy shit to be on TV to get that kind of thing, you know, and that kind of same shit was happening on shows like this, and these kids put up with it because they knew this might be my only shot to make it in Hollywood. You know, like,
and then it's probably the parents too that's talking about like, oh no, that didn't happen. Are you sure that happened?
Yeah.
What's the black guy? Was it Corey or something like that shit?
Corey,
like the Corey in the house guy. It was probably another one, but he spoke out too. Like he was like, I'm defending my people that got took up on this. And the mama was like, shut up, boy. Like, that shit ain't never happened to y'all. Y'all need to be quiet. Like, she was like, mama, you was not there.
Defending like the showrunners.
Yes, defended to them to a T. And it got to the point where she was getting more traction than he was getting traction. I feel like that's how they that's how they downplay the people that it did happen on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Look, because the little blog posts taking bribes and money from everybody right now.
Right.
You know, so look, 20K, run her stories all day long. Run this story all day long. Put this on the back burner. Post it one, but just disable the comments probably.
Yeah.
Shit like that.
Yeah, we were talking about this before. Again, we've talked about some of these things before, like with Orlando Brown. Sometimes it's easier and cheaper to make them seem crazy than because you're going to take down a whole industry, And, because like Dan Schneider, if the most terrible stuff is true or not, like that's neither here nor there. He was Nickelodeon's like golden goose. Like every show he touched turned to gold, So is it in Nickelodeon's interest to get rid of him? No. So why are we going to do a hardcore investigation? But he did eventually get fired in like 2018 because I think it was like harassment, not like sexual harassment, but like he was like yelling at people and they said enough is enough and fired him. But
was that the feet guy too?
I was just gonna say that.
Yeah. Wasn't he the foot guy?
Yeah. So like on the iCarly show, he was done. Like, was it Sam and Cat? I think that was. I can't remember the one that Ariana Grande was on, but like she was like 15 years old and like they had her in a bikini a ton of times. Like they had her socks off and like close-ups of her, people putting ketchup on it. It's just weird shit. Again, it's one of those things like as a kid, I'm sure we laughed and saw that shit and was like, oh, it's silly. But as an adult, you're like, whoa, hold on. A lot of foot episodes this season,
Yeah.
But yeah, like it sucks. But like I'm glad Drake Bell came forward. I hope he gets a little bit of closure. I honestly hope this kind of spurs a bit more like, hey, little oversight into these, children's television shows of like, hey, maybe we should have more people from the network making sure shit like this doesn't happen, or else it's going to be a documentary and a big can of worms 20 years later. It's shouldn't have to happen, but I hope good things.
And the good part I do like about this coming out, bro, a lot of males don't get the recognition from like the Me Too movement or this actually happened to me.
Yeah, definitely.
So, I'm glad that like people is looking at him and like, oh shit, this probably did happen, or it did happen to him. Instead of looking like you a guy, this shit can't happen to you. You know what I'm saying?
That's a very good point.
Because Terry Crews did that shit a couple years ago, and people was like, "Oh, you big as hell. How the hell that's gonna happen to you?"
Yeah.
But science don't mean shit.
That's a very good point though, because like had this happened like 10 years ago, would Drake Bell have been getting this much support? And probably not. Probably not.
Even close, bro.
But yeah, the sign. A sign of the,
moving forward,
the things changing. Yeah. So hopefully, if there are other people out there that, like, hey, maybe I should speak up. I hope you guys do, this stuff this shouldn't be in Hollywood,
Yeah, for sure. It shouldn't be anywhere, but if we can start cracking
definitely.
it down, if we can start cracking down in places like that, because it's so many people, like you said, Pete, is willing to do whatever to get, in that field type shit.
It's the money, man. It's people that's hungry that would sacrifice their child for that.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's the kids that's unknowingly, I'm gonna be on TV. That's the only thing they're thinking about. But it's the parents behind it.
Oh yeah.
That's like, that's this is my meal ticket.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck what happened to you. Pay my bills. Yeah.
What's them beauty pageant kids? Bro, that shit crazy. I saw a documentary on that.
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck? They got kids 8 years old, 4 years old in makeup, and you must practice morning, day, night. Like, oh, nah, too much, bro.
Yeah.
Let them little kids be kids.
And then like the mother's like 260 pounds and like it's like,
ain't shit. Yeah,
vicariously through they
kid. It's like that's what it is. And I mean, you have some parents that do that with they're like we said, kids and athletes. Like you're going to be training day and night, and it's like I just want to play with Legos, Dad. It sucks. Moving on, big news for the rap community. Kendrick Lamar hops on Metro Boomin and Future's. I can't remember the name of the song.
I think it's Light Talk or something.
Light Talk. Yeah. So, anyways, Metro Boomin linked up with Future for another album. I think this is like their second or third that they've done together. Which everyone is looking forward to. Like that. Everyone was looking forward to this album when it came out. I admit that I was. And unexpected, unannounced. They didn't mention it before with the track listing. Kendrick hops on and kind of goes off script to what, like,
Talk that shit.
yeah. And he goes after and kind of takes shots at uh, uh, J. Cole and Drake, which
And Big Sean.
yeah, Big Sean. I think Big Sean also with the timing of it because he also had just released something too, and no one was talking about that shit.
I didn't even know he released anything.
Yeah,
Me neither.
So yeah, like the entire rap world was ablaze, collectively saying, "Did he say the shit that I think he said?" Like going and looking at the bars, and apparently, I just saw this earlier. If you look at the track names and you go to a previous, I forget which Drake record it is, but if you look at the track names, they are exact polar opposites. So it'll be like off the top of my head, I can't remember. It was like too close, and then the other one would be like claustrophobic or some shit like that. Like so, like
Synonyms.
yeah. Well, not synonyms, but I just gave a bad example. Whereas the song kind of made it seem like Kendrick was the only one doing this. The way the track listing and the names are kind of makes it seem like no, Metro and Future aren't fucking with J. Cole and Drake either. So yeah. So did you guys have any response to this? I'm gonna look this up right now, see if I can find it.
Wasn't Drake and Future already beefing a couple years ago?
I just read that. Yeah.
Yeah, I believe so. I think it was because of a girl, if I remember right. They were interested in the same girl, and which isn't uncommon.
So I was hearing that Kendrick Lamar had some beef with Drake. Got beef with everybody. Now that I think about it, but it's funny that people are talking about it now, or people are starting to release shit now because this was the year that Drake said he wasn't going to put out any more projects. So because he said he was going to take some year off because he had some gut issues or something, so he was just going to focus on his health and mental health and shit. So now people want to start coming out like, oh, is Drake going to follow his word? Type shit. So
I did see that he who did he take shots at? He made a post recently going at Nav. I guess Nav unfollowed him, so he
that's that singing guy, right?
Rapper? Yeah. So he responded to Nav, and then people were like, so he responded to Nav, but he didn't go after the dude literally naming him almost.
That's not about to happen. Because Kendrick, when he come with that heat, bro. Like off the other song. What's the other song? Control.
That was the Big Sean track.
Man, I know they was in the studio. Like, wait, what?
Yeah,
I'm waiting for J. Cole because I haven't seen a J. Cole beef.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I mean, like the industry was trying to make a J. Cole Drake beef. But they both were kind of like, no, we respect each other. We like each other. We're friends. We're not going to do that, And so they've kind of been on this kind of buddy, they'll hook up and do verses for each other.
Yeah.
But yeah, like J. Cole, I haven't really seen a beef with him either.
Kendrick honestly said, "Fuck all that. I'm
now
big
listen."
Me.
Get your damn hands off.
Now, is this a beef, or is this like a control? I want to iron sharpen iron. Everybody talk their shit.
I feel it's probably that. It's the latter.
That's always Kendrick's always done that, where he was like he's never been happy with dudes just rapping together on a track. Like he's always been more of a there's going to be a reason why I'm doing it though, And he's always been about the sportsmanship, I'll say, of like of emceeing. It's like I'm going to talk my shit too, even if I'm putting. But that control verse, like. That
shit was nasty.
Yeah, he went after everybody. So, yeah, I mean, like to me, this is great for rap. Like if we need it. Yeah, like
especially
I don't know.
for the summer.
Yeah, have you guys seen like the Civil War memes where it's like?
Yeah, they said pick a side. No, because Metro he put out a tweet said pick a side and stay on it.
Yeah.
Damn.
So I mean, like it's pretty damn. It's fun because I just saw another post where they were talking about like, man, like this is not. It was kind of I don't want to say like a doom post, but it was kind of like it's not a good time for hip hop. Like Young Thug's going to prison. Like all these other guys have pretty much said they're not going to drop any more new music. These guys are focused on other stuff. It's not music, and it's like, what do we have to look forward to? And if we can somehow get like if we could somehow get Drake pissed off at J. Cole, so like they're all just fighting each other,
Yeah.
like the heavens would open up. Like,
Man,
They go put the track together and
yeah.
2v1. It would probably be resemblance of 2013-14 when Drake was beefing with Future, where they had and Drake was beefing with who was the dude that put out He Had a Son?
Pusha T.
Yeah. It was like a good
because Kanye
I say
was
2 to
involved.
5,
Kanye
2 to 5 years where it's literally a song every other month that it was a rebuttal.
Yeah, you were just waiting to hear that shit.
Mm-hmm.
And then Joe Budden would go on the same beat and like rap, and everyone was like, "What are you doing here?"
That's crazy.
But yeah, I mean, like,
who y'all want to win? My bad.
I'm a Kendrick dude. Like, he's probably lyrically my favorite MC. I know he's a Drake fan, right?
Yeah, but I'm curious to see what J. Cole gonna do. That's what Drake is gonna be Drake. He gonna probably put up some shit that's nice.
Honestly,
I want to see J. Cole.
Yeah, J. Cole is honestly like the big, like the dark horse in this, because the dude's been doing a ton of features lately, and they've all been great. Like,
man.
So I mean, it's not like he's like taking the day off or anything. Like, he's still rapping his ass off.
For sure.
So
he playing the 50 Cent meme. What the fuck did I do? Yeah. You say fuck me for? So that's what I'm really curious about. Drake gonna be Drake.
Yeah.
But it's kind of like Drake. Like I said, Drake got that LeBron effect where he's been out so long that people just ready for him to go.
Yeah.
So J. Cole, since he already had his hiatus for a long time, and he finally starting to come out like year after year, it's his turn to take over the mantle and do some shit now.
Yeah, I'm hoping it's like I'm hoping it kind of signals a different like kind of lyrical style change from Kendrick as far as his next album. Like, because if it goes back to like old school like battle rapping Kendrick on his album, that'll be great. Because the last one he did was Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers, and I mean that was more kind of like jazz influence, like
yeah.
So if we get to like just straight hard beat and then just a constant rap over it with a solid 16, I'm here for it,
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
shit, our generation grew up on rap beef. East Coast, West Coast. So I mean, this is nostalgia for us.
It's in the blood. Yeah. All right, moving on to a quick little. Do you want to call this a review, P? An intro into X-Men 97.
Yeah, it could be a review.
Yeah. Go ahead. Tell us about it.
Oh,
I didn't mean to put you on the spot. All right, hold on. I'll set it up. Okay, so the classic '90s cartoon X-Men had a bit of a revival. It got a continuation has been made. Is it with Netflix or is it Disney Plus?
I thought it was Amazon.
Is it Amazon? Oh shit, that really surprises.
Because anyways, you know me, I ain't on the official.
Yeah.
Allegedly. So I don't know where is it.
He was lost.
He can't read the Chinese letters. He's like,
it's on
Disney teleprompter.
Is it Disney Plus? Okay.
Yeah, it's Disney Plus.
Because I don't know.
Don't give me the line.
So the show basically it's a continuation of that series. Basically. I'm pretty sure most of the same voice cast came back to reprise their roles. And
they said Scott Summers got changed. I think the actor died.
Yeah. So I think most of them came back to reprise their roles. It's all done digitally, so it looks much crisper. It looks like a very modern show, but it's in the same exact style. So again, like we were talking last episode about, originals versus remakes. This is for the 90s kids, like honestly, like, so
it's in the title. Yep.
Yeah. So like you had said, but before we started recording, you should probably watch that first one. If you never watched it, you should watch the first one first, so you have an idea of where the story's at, because it's not spoon feeding you. But yeah, go ahead. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I was gonna say it's literally a continuation of where it left off with the original series. So obviously we watched it as kids and we ain't gonna remember that. So I just did a YouTube review recap of the first series, and this literally is a continuation of it. So without spoiling it for people who want to watch it, It came out with 2 episodes. But the main gist of it is basically um, Scott and Jean had a kid, and they're debating on if they want to leave the X-Men house. Xavier is gone, and this is not a spoiler because you should know it from the first original series that he was dead, and then Magneto came and took over the X-Men because Xavier had left in his will. He left the X-Men to Magneto because they was close buddies.
Right.
Okay.
So without spoiling too much, you know, Magneto still he's trying to be good, but the X-Men don't trust him, and he's trying to work his way through it.
All right. That's cool.
That's the best I can do is spoiler free
Yeah.
without telling it.
Yeah, that's cool. So the only 2 episodes are out, and then after this, it's weekly. I'm assuming.
I want to say it is, but I don't know how many episodes they're gonna come out at a time because each episode is half hour.
Yeah,
Okay.
I imagine there's gonna be a continuation, like a multiple seasons, because from what I can tell from the first episodes, I've seen nothing but people saying that this show's a hit. You know, it's everything they
Oh
wanted.
yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
Especially if you bring yourself back into that time frame.
Yeah.
Like the art style, because it still throw me off of Wolverine's mask because it looked like 2 Batmans kissing. So I can't get that out of my head. It's literally look like 2 Batmans is facing each other kissing. That's what make the Wolverine mask. So, but other than that, I mean, it's good. It's it's a little taste of nostalgia. So
yeah,
but it looks a lot better because it's HD.
Okay. Right. Do Rogue still got them buns?
No. And that was only in one scene.
Yeah. I did recall there's another podcast. I recommend it. I think it's called I'll flash their logo. I think it's called Double Toasted. I can't remember. But anyways, the guy was basically saying, he's like, I'm really upset that people keep talking about like, oh, it's the show's gone woke because they didn't bring Rogue's fat ass back. And it's like, no, that was only for one scene. For the majority of the show, it was pretty flat.
It was flat for sure.
Yeah, like they didn't. This wasn't an agenda. Like it was always like that.
Yeah, but another thing I was gonna say, and it's not really a spoiler, but this is pretty much what the whole X-Men theme was. It really do feel like real life. We're watching the regular civilians oppress mutants. It kind of feel like how it was for minorities getting oppressed by the white folks.
Oh yeah.
And it's literally like with this, it literally feel like that. It's not no hinting like, oh no, it's not left up for interpretation. It's literally saying, oh, I don't fuck with your kind.
Yeah.
And they real about that shit.
Yeah, that's what the comics on the TV show really did better than like the movies did. Is like, no, they fucking hated them. It wasn't like, oh, they're just kind of weird, but they saved me, so that's cool. It's like, no, even if they saved you, you're like, that fucking thing touched me. It's like, yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say one thing about Magneto. You obviously grew up to hate Magneto, or I ain't gonna say hate if you have your favorites, but he was portrayed to be an evil villain.
Yeah.
But with this episode, or episode number, was it 1? Anyway, when you watch it, you understand Magneto's mindset to the nth degree, because something happens in the show, and he almost went off.
Yeah,
like he literally holding his promise to his friend.
Yeah,
and that's all I got to say.
Yeah, I do remember a clip. It was when the show was first announced. It was like for all the people that forgot, what happened in that old show. Remember, it was a different time, because you had a lot of people going back to watch the original, and a little upset with some of the themes, the little storylines that they had. And it was like, for all you people that aren't watching the original over again, don't forget that Xavier gets mad at Magneto in one scene and he makes him relive the Holocaust.
That's fucked up.
And it's like, that's actually something that happened.
Yeah. He was not, bro, because if you watch the movies, it always take you back to that Magneto story where the mom got killed and shit, and he lost his shit that day.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie. Fuck the Nazis and shit like that, but I do like the scene where he put that coin, through their head real slow. Gangster shit.
Yeah.
Gangster.
Yeah, I'm gonna check it out. Honestly, I was never a big fan of the original. I mean, I watched it when it was on, but I mean, I didn't watch it every day, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, like
Sporadically.
from what I've seen, it sounds like it's the people that it was made for enjoy it. So I might check it out.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna watch it, but our old friend who was a guest, Kristen, she had told me, or she had asked me, "Have I watched it?" And I was like, "No," and I was like, "I'll watch it during lunch." So
How's she been, man? She been good?
yeah, she's smooth.
That's what's up, dog. That's
It's good. It's good.
Always
Tell her
sending
to watch
cat
Solo
memes.
Leveling.
Tell her to watch Solo.
Yeah, I try to get her help, but she be watching.
Slice of life type shit.
Yeah,
She look like it. I'm not gonna lie. She look like the. Oh
it's
my
her.
God.
Her husband is the one that's more into the hard. I ain't gonna say hardcore, but more the bleach
Gory.
and
Yeah.
More
So,
serious.
yeah.
Okay, so he probably tried to get her in on it, but she probably still said no.
Yeah.
Okay. Cat lady. All right,
But yeah,
so what
man,
else?
it's a good show. Have y'all? Well, it's kind of late, but I was gonna say, have y'all caught up on the Shogun episode?
Shogun who?
Ain't this called Shogun? Shogun? The shit that was on
Oh shit, my bad. The show.
I thought he was doing a Shogun these nuts joke.
I was like, damn, ain't nobody gonna say that.
No. No, to me, like you froze on my end, but
Yeah, you did.
I have seen it. Yeah.
Oh well, I was saying, have anybody caught up on that, or y'all still on the fence about it?
You told me it was super slow, and I just didn't.
That
get
was the
it.
first episode. It started to pick up.
I fucking love that shit.
Yeah, after episode 3, it started to pick up.
Yeah, I've been reading the book. I'm past where the show is at right now. But yeah, like honestly, it's a great adaptation. Like there's very few scenes that like some scenes are stripped right from the book. Like
Okay.
I'm trying to remember which scene. This isn't a spoiler, but there's a scene where there's a big standoff about like, hey, give me your guns, you know, and he's like, no. And then he gives them to Fujiko, and Fujiko's told to give him the guns, and then she's like, you're expected to leave. You know, like you can leave now. That is almost line for line in the book. And the book came out in like the 70s, you know. So I mean, like it holds up. It's a great scene.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, like it's a great adaptation for what they decided to bring to screen. Yeah, it's probably my favorite show right now. Like it is the one that I'm looking forward to every Tuesday or every Monday at midnight because it comes out on Tuesday. But yeah, like it's top notch.
All right. And what about The Walking Dead? Those Who Live, or who?
I'm gonna be honest. I'm not watching that shit. Not watching that shit.
That's good.
I forced myself to watch the original Walking Dead, and then it got to the part with like a little bit after Negan. I think is when they started bringing in this dude that has a tiger, and I was like, I'm out. Like I tried, and then they started just doing just weird stuff. Like
and he got like an angel name. I don't know his fucking name, but yeah. After they killed Glenn, the guy,
yeah,
I stopped watching after that. I was like, bitch, you took my reason.
No, to me that was a reason I was like, good, you should be doing that stuff. And then there was that scene where like he was gonna make Rick cut off Carl's hand or his arm, and they stop and they don't do that. I'm like, that was the one thing that would have kept me on board because like this, I hated Carl.
Carl's a sick individual.
Carl's a dumb piece of shit. I was like, all right, we're finally going to see some repercussions happen to Carl for doing stupid. Yeah. We're finally gonna see him do, you know, get the repercussions of his actions of doing stupid shit, and he doesn't get punished. I'm just like the one time, but then they ended up killing him, and I was like,
he did die. How he die?
Didn't last long.
I think he got bit.
Then he kills himself.
And then
like a pussy. No, I'm kidding.
Like, you was talking about Ezekiel. That was
there. You go.
Yeah. I fucking hated Carl. Yeah, I mean, like, me and Seth were talking about this because there's a bunch of spin-off shows from Walking Dead. Like there's one where they are in Europe.
Negan and the other girl.
There's one where they're in Europe. There's one where they're in New York City. There's one where Rick comes back somehow. I don't.
Yeah, that's understand. The ones who live. That's the one I'm talking about.
The fear of the Walking Dead.
Yeah,
Oh, that was my shit when it
that's like
first
a
came
prequel
out.
one, isn't it?
It's the
It was,
same exact
It
time,
happens.
different coast.
Yeah, it's on the
mm-hmm.
in California. But no, we were talking about the one that is in Europe. That's the one that has Daryl Dixon.
Yeah.
I ain't watched that one.
Yeah, the whole reason they're going to Europe is because season 1, when they make it to the CDC, they get into that underground bunker, and that guy's by himself, the scientist.
Mm-hmm.
He says the last facility that was still connected with the CDC that was still operating was in Europe. And we last lost contact with them like 2 months ago. That's what he tells them in season 1. And so years later, seasons later, Daryl Dixon and this girl are like, we should go there. It's like, it's been fucking years.
How the hell
what
did
is
he
there
go
to
over
find?
there?
Yeah, that's another question. Like, to me, it's a cash grab of a reason to have another season of a show.
And they wanted Daryl because he's a fan favorite person.
Mm-hmm.
That's literally it, bro.
I'm surprised they didn't give him kids that were just little Daryls, like little Gohans. You know what I mean? Just to keep that shit going.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, they Rick was the like #1 fan favorite, so they brought the actor, he came back graciously.
Yeah, Andrew
they
Lincoln,
gave him kids, and the ones who live, the series is, I think it's 6 episodes total. So episode 5 come on tonight. But
it's a mini series. It's a mini series.
Yeah, I want to say
they're trying to close it off. They're trying to close it off now.
Yeah,
okay.
But it's good though. It's good.
All right. Yeah,
I thought it was fake because I seen it on YouTube, and like the graphics was like, it was high def, but it looked like kind of like that dreamy haze, if it makes sense.
Like the film grain.
Yeah, it was like, it was bright and fuzzy, like you relive like a how do you even say it, like a flashback.
Okay.
And that's what art style kind of looked like. It looked like super high def where it's kind of popping off screen. It might just be my new TV, but it's like they kind of pop off screen.
Good flex.
But for real though, like if you watch it, it kind of looked fake. Like I thought it was a fan made type of shit.
It may have been my new Samsung G70, you know.
But it do look fan made. That's why I was like, this can't be real. Like, why is The Walking Dead coming back out? Because I thought he wasn't Rick. I didn't think he was coming back. Yeah. So when I seen him, I was like, this gotta be fan made, and it was real shit. It was on AMC Plus.
Wasn't the last thing before that like he gets taken off in a helicopter and like it's kind of left open ended? We don't know what happened.
Yeah. So the junkyard
blow up.
Yeah, the bridge. Yep. Yeah, the junkyard lady saved him.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say spoiler alerts for this because it's been out for like a long time. Like
because they purposely left it in the air where they didn't kill him off, just in case he wanted to come back, because he chose to leave and do his own little thing. So they kind of left it in the air.
What the fuck did he do? Just chill out?
I think he's from overseas. Ain't he British?
Yeah, I think he's a.
So I think he wanted to do some shit back home.
Okay.
I don't know what he did, honestly.
That's what I'm saying.
I feel like you would have heard
it.
What
did he do?
AMC intentionally shut that shit down so he'd come back.
Man, fuck him. Yeah.
Hey, bro, we need you back.
No, for real. Like AMC's biggest moneymaker is Walking Dead. That's why there's so many of them. Mm-hmm. I miss their old shows they used to have. Like Breaking Bad was an AMC show, and then Mad Men was an AMC show. Yeah, like they had a lot of good shows on there, but they more Walking Dead stat.
Man, it's like once to me, when AMC went streaming with everybody else, it could have been a time frame. It just went to hell to me. It was dumb.
Yeah, it doesn't warrant its own streaming service. Like I feel like they would do much better if they would just put that on Netflix or HBO.
For sure, like attach it to somebody. Like
shit, Walking Dead is on Netflix, but they should just put this on Netflix.
Like, yeah. Because
I mean,
like hubs.
Yeah, so like
had a whole section.
Yeah, I gotta get Plus for this. Like, damn.
Yeah, like this extra $10. Fuck y'all.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right. Well, actually, let's wrap this up real quick. We got a little bit of time. Let's no. Let's talk about James, our own Red Kingdom is starting to stream, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah. Thank you.
Go ahead. So what do you have a channel name? Do you have that all set up yet?
Yes, it is Red Kingdom. Everything is under the Red Kingdom umbrella.
It's on Twitch, right?
Yep, it's on Twitch. I did not make any, YouTube version of it or anything like that. But I just bought my Elgato. I got my LMR. I say LMR. My Wave my XLR. I got my fucking Stream Deck. You know what I'm saying? That I don't know how to work none of this shit. But yeah, and oh my goodness, y'all. So look, this is weird though, but I finally learned how to work my mic. It's actually a tension thing in here that you're supposed to unscrew. The whole time, my boom arm was this damn straight. Just
Yeah,
I ain't
I
gonna put it
remember.
up.
I remember it messing up the focus a bunch.
Yeah, so I finally got it to the point where when you bend it, it stays where it's supposed to be at. And
Wow.
man,
The more you know.
the more I know.
Put the SpongeBob rainbow.
We like to see growth on this channel
For
in all shapes
sure.
and forms.
Hey, no matter how small, man. Shit.
Yeah.
Man.
That's
so
up.
I got
What are you streaming first? Do you have an idea?
first thing I'm gonna be streaming is Last of Us. I'm gonna do this
starting from the beginning. I like it.
The very beginning. I'm gonna do Last of Us Part 1, then I'm gonna do 2. I'm gonna sprinkle some Call of Duty in there because you know what I'm saying that's still a good way to pass your time. But we already got 18 followers, so
nice.
Shout out to my Facebook family. I know we old, but they, you know what I'm saying, they follow me over here, so I appreciate them.
Right.
You got a specific schedule, live schedule?
For sure, it's gonna be Sundays and Thursdays, possible Friday, but I can guarantee you Sunday and Thursday for sure.
What time?
That's dope.
I ain't got that part yet worked out.
Yeah,
I'm still trying to work out
tonight.
No. We can have a Call of Duty tonight. We can have a Call of Duty tonight for sure.
No, I was just wondering for the stream because I watched. You go talk your stuff, but I've been watching the other motherfucker. Who's
Big
shit.
E.
Yeah.
Big E.
Yeah, I'm also streaming. I'm on Twitch. It's In Depth with E. It's also an accompanying YouTube channel I got. So I'm streaming live on Twitch, and then I'll do the video on demand and export that video on YouTube. Because I think Twitch, depending on what level of affiliate you are, like after 14 days, your videos, your past streams will be deleted. You know, unless you turn them into highlights or move them over to YouTube. So if you want to watch the old streams that are 14 days or older, go ahead on YouTube. It's exported there. Same descriptions and everything. If you want to watch live, go ahead and watch on Twitch, In Depth with E. One word. Right now, I'm streaming Alan Wake 2. The first one I did was Alan Wake 1. That was strictly on YouTube. You can watch it there. Yeah, so as far as scheduling, pretty much the only one I'm sticking with is Saturdays at 2 o'clock. Or I think it's 3 o'clock now. I'm going to stick to that. PM. I'm going to stick with that. That one day is for sure when I'm going to be on. But usually Fridays after 11:30 or, you know, Saturday mornings, I'll more than likely be on too. But yeah, like I'm not expecting like a huge, you know, live following watching it as it goes down. But like I said, it will be available to watch.
Where's the affirmations? That shit gonna happen.
For sure.
Well, no. Like that's the thing. I'm not even like trying to do that shit.
When I hopped on, he already had 10 people in his Twitch live.
This is my excuse to play a game that I have been putting off for a long time, and I like it. Alan Wake 2 is great.
Thank you. This is my reason, bro. I literally got like, I'm not gonna lie to you, I got like 90 games, and the only game I play is Call of Duty. This streaming shit is gonna give me a reason to play The Last of Us. I got all of the God of Wars. I got all of the Tomb Raiders. I got a whole bunch of like single player games. But since I hang around with y'all, I do all multiplayer. Well, all of Call of Duty though. Right. But this is my reason for me to just experience the shit that I got and just have fun and then talk shit with y'all. I'm gonna press buttons. They're gonna be like, da, 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 turn off. But yeah.
Well, we could always do a live stream of Fall Guys, like how we used to play.
Yeah, we
talk
could.
A little shit, yeah.
But you had to go on your Xbox because I see you.
It's not on PlayStation.
Well, I don't know how we can all be in the Xbox chat so we can hear it on the thing.
Yeah, that's
like when we get off the game, like when we in the hub, we can still hear each other talk.
Yeah, I could just move my Xbox over here on this this desk. It's big enough to have all three of my systems on here. So yeah, we good.
Yeah, whenever it's a time, because obviously I'm gonna let y'all do the streaming setup, and I just be piggybacking like, hey, I'm here.
P coming out with a YouTube opening gifts with little PJ. You know what I'm saying? He gonna be like
we
that.
Gonna have a workout channel with PJ.
Yeah, PJ's workout video.
What was that?
I hit my my arm.
You got excited, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, like it's cool that like I because I've been wanting to do it for a while, and then to finally have it. All right, it's done. Got the first video out, and now I got the first game out. Now I'm on the second game. Like it's cool to see the growth gradually.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, you just gotta take that first step, like how we started the pod.
Man,
yep. Episode 41. We're coming close to a year. To a full year doing this. Yeah. God actually, let's talk about this on the pod real quick. So next week is Easter. I'm thinking we skip that week, spend some time with the family. Are you guys down with that?
Yes.
Yeah, don't mind me.
All right. Yeah.
Pretty cool. Because I know Easter is Sunday. That is a good day for streaming, but I'm pretty sure the whole family gonna stop by some point to pick up a plate and talk. You know what I'm saying?
I might be making a prime rib for the first time, so I'll be this time next week. I'll be like, God fucking damn it! Why'd they give me this responsibility? But
I'm afraid to cook prime rib. Man.
I'm ordering pizza for everybody. Yeah.
Have everybody in the hospital cramped over.
It was good, but I'm shitting. Yeah. So no episode next week. Spend some time with your families and enjoy your time together. Let's end this out. This has been Off the Top with Eric Pearson. Red, I'm one of your hosts, Eric, and joining me tonight were
your boy P.
And your boy Red.
All right, guys. We will talk to you in 2 weeks. Happy Easter, gang gang.
Easter gang gang.
Easter bunny gang gang. Damn, he already thought of the set anyway.
Bunny gang.
Bunny gang.